Can't see it.
What have you done? You going live? I've got ear cans.
No. Well, you can do.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to see.
See what? Have you started the stream?
Yep. I just don't see the image.
Have we tried this earlier?
Yeah.
Definitely works.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Sweet. Team, and you've disabled the comments?
No, you got the live on.
And how about the sound, Serge?
Sound? You got that mic?
Yes!
Can you see yourself?
I can see myself. And how about comments?
You got comments?
Have you enabled comments on here?
Yeah, I've enabled comments.
If you're tuning in to this AMA now, and you can see me and hear me, but can't see any comments or something, this chaos is all our own fault. Apologies. It's going to be we've got producer Sergio here working super hard behind the scenes, and M from customer service who's arranged this and is really stressed her out apparently. So she's a really I kind of, camera's on a tripod, but I'll just describe it sort of like stressing, getting annoyed, but partly laughing. How's everything? Well, Sergio, you've zoomed in now. This is utter chaos. Right, now he's back out. Okie doke. Serge, maybe camera pitch up a tittle. Right, how do we know that our team can hear us? Or the amazing Timor store operating Wolfpack? Got to ask you. Yes! Holly has commented. All right, so let's give it a go, guys. If you're out there and you're watching, in the comments, if you can, give us some spiel. We're live. It's carnage already, and we're going to be here for a little while answering your questions. For those of you that are watching, perhaps a little yes. Spirit Kebby. Hello to you too. Who else we got out there? Hudson. Thumbs up to you too. With a drum set as well. Perhaps that's for all the jokes. It's time for you to launch the object that you've been excitedly holding all week, Em. That was so loud. Oh dear. Hurry up, I'm hungry. Okay. That was really loud, wasn't it? Right. AMA. I'm Mark from T-Mill, one of the founders of T-Mill, and Rapanui too. I was asked to come on here and by Em, who's been talking to some of you guys within the group, and answer any questions that you guys have got at all. You can ask me anything. You can ask me who I am or what I do, or you can ask something that you know about your store or anything you want. So, hi, Mark. Yeah, first question. It's kind of a little bit of an in-joke. Sorry, Jenny. I need to be more clearer because I mumble my name. It's Mark with a T. M-A-R-T. We need to have a little name. What's it called at the bottom of a video? It's like a chyron or something like that.
Yes,
a credit. Every time I say my name.
Lower first title.
Yes, lower first title. That's all right, Jenny. Don't worry about that. She just put oops there. So we got questions coming in both on the chat here. You're welcome to do them. Also, bear in mind that when you ask questions through, or you add your feedback through the T-Mill feedback system, we also get information about your store, your browser, and we look at who are the most engaged commenters and people who are giving us really, really good suggestions and good ideas. We kind of remember that and bear them in mind when we try and roll out beta features. Some of those people who are really actively being positive and constructive in helping us make the product better, we look to reward them as well. So perhaps the T-Mill interface might be a good place for some questions now. So what we're doing, Em, who's shouting the questions? You got them, or do you want me to look at them? You got some questions. All right. What you got for me? Matthew. What's Matthew saying? I'm not making enough sales. What am I doing wrong? Oh, Ellen's here. Hey, Ellen. Not making enough sales. What am I doing wrong? My response to sort of like this concept of sales is to remember that in an e-commerce business, to think of your business as like a funnel with a series of waterfalls. That makes sense? I could draw a picture. We can do what we want. We're live. Yes, it's on the screen as well. Get rid of that. There's things in the way. I wonder if I can have ear cans because then I can hear whether or not my noise is good.
Can do.
Is that all right? There we go. I've drawn it. Ah, it's in the way. I'm going to do this for now. So when you think about your business, it sometimes as a brand owner, we can kind of like, stress out about it, about like wanting to get more sales, but actually, oh, thank you, sir. How's that? Oh, that's good, isn't it? All right, I'm going to hold this. I'm going to go freestyle now. Check me out. I feel like I'm on top of the pops. When you want to get more sales, it's basically to break down think about first, what is a sale, right? A sale is somebody out there on the internet and they're aware of your site or your brand, maybe on social media. They visit it, then they can find the products. They like the photography. They read the product description. They add it to their basket and finally check out where you get paid. Okay. What I mean by that, how's my sound, everybody, by the way? Everybody hear me? It's a little bit sketch through these headphones here, old chum. Holly, Ellen, Jenny, Hudson, can you hear me? Yeah, someone says I'm good. How about now? Stick your head through these ear cans, Serge. Tell me if it sounds any good. Sounds good. These guys are saying I'm good. All right. That's much better. Need to stop moving this around. So I talked about that. What I'm saying is the key to increasing your sales is instead of having this one big problem, right? Which is like, how do I get my sales? Is to break it down into steps. Like all big problems, it helps if you break them up into bite-sized chunks. Draw the chunks. Number one is awareness. So if you're on social media, how do you get more people aware? Well, post more engaging stuff. Make sure when you post engaging stuff that you add lots of tags. Make sure when you post engaging stuff, you add lots of tags and it's all on the same thing. So people follow you and come back to your social media channels time after time for the same stuff. Okay. Next, how do you turn that into traffic? Well, one of the ways to think about that is how do you get someone from social over to your site? One of the, just an example, there's lots of ways to solve this, but one example would be a lot of people are writing really interesting and useful blog content on their store, not products, but blogs, helpful stuff, how to solve problems, how to, like it could be anything from a recipe, how-to guide, whatever. And then posting it on the socials and saying, come over to the site to watch the rest of the video or to see the rest of the pictures or to read the story, right? And that gets people from socials onto your site. Once they're on their site, your site, making sure your site looks great, but also sometimes navigation is underappreciated. Don't just dump your stuff in the menu and hope people will find it. Having big imagery and just push to navigate sort of like pods on your homepage, will make it easier because this is the way I think of people navigating the site. We like to think of them as knowing exactly what they want and clicking menu and really looking through it. They don't. They just like this. So some big, easy navigation on your homepage. Get them across to the category that they're in. On the product page, yeah, you need some great designs, and we do our best to provide you with loads of artwork for free. But one of the things that's perhaps underappreciated on the product page is the product description. People actually read that when they're hovering over the buy now button, right? It kind of convinces them, if their heart is telling them like, I want this, the product description convinces the head, yes, this is a very sensible, great product that you're going to love. If you just use our AI text and just go like, that'll do, you're going to have a lower conversion rate. And then after here at Temu, we do loads of stuff for you to kind of optimize the basket and the cart and stuff. So to take the kind of technical work out of it, our checkouts are heavily split tested and work on mobile phones. So really long answer to start with. Hope you're all still awake. If you want to get more sales, try and break it down into steps, work on each one of the steps. And remember that just because you've got a massive audience doesn't necessarily mean you've got a load of sales. You know, you need to get all of the steps to keep the sort of people going through the funnel to get those conversions. But it's kind of like a hose, you know, as long as it's all connected up, like the water starts flowing. Hope that helps. What we got next? I'm going to put this back in the thing now and stop the wiggling.
Cool. Next question. Can we have
Is it hang on.
Come on.
Em's really shy. I hope you guys have all been appreciating the work she's been trying to do in the group as well to help you guys. Big up, Em. Right, what's next?
Can we have better size guides for our overseas customers? EU international.
Who's that from?
It is from
Anonymous. Not actual anonymous, I hope. That would be a bit sketch. We got it done all the steps. It's still only sold one item that isn't to my family and friends. Yeah, it's an interesting point, Ellen. You're saying like everything you said I've done and I've only sold one item. I think the thing that I would kind of come back at you about that is, and any store operator, is it to remember that T-Mill is and business. Yeah, I can't hear Em very well. It's because she's so shy, Holly. She really doesn't want to be on camera. Nah, it's all right. I don't think Em wants to be. You don't want to be over here. I'll get a shout. Yeah, so there's a comment. I've done all those things and I'm still not getting sales. I mean, T-Mill's a business product. Lots of people are running very successful businesses, and you know, some people making a living on their T-Mill stores. One of the things about business is that it doesn't always work like straight away. That's why something like 97% of startups that kind of go and get a loan and whatnot fail. And our goal with T-Mill was kind of increase your chances. And my experience from starting a business is that actually, so this is going back a while now, was that getting the first sale, get the first sort of 10 sales was really hard. Actually took a long time. And the most important thing that, I mean, I'll just kind of, it's my opinion, but I'll put it out there. I think the most important thing that you can learn in business is learning the process of continuous improvement. It's about like, try it, fly it, see if it works. If it doesn't, try something else. So if you feel like you've posted a load of content and merchandise your store is absolutely incredible, and every product description is the best product description ever, and your photography, you've gone and taken incredible photography and you've got a great product market fit, maybe review it and see if it's the right product for the right market. And the only thing that's guaranteed in business, if you keep trying to improve over a long enough period of time, you will succeed. Right, what we got for our next question then? I'm going to finally put this back in the hanger.
Cool. Next question was from.
Oh, you got sound now?
I have got sound.
Yeah.
I sound like a child. Sashil, I think I've said that right. I don't really have much time to produce my own artwork. What can I do?
Not got much time to produce your own artwork. What can I do? Good question. So there's two things that we're going to reveal some stuff on this AMA, aren't we? You've got some treats in a minute for everybody to look forward to. We're adding more art all the time. We added, I mean, it was probably the best part of 100 new t-shirt designs in the free T-Mill library last week. And that number has sort of been sort of like increasing 20-30% week on week. Our goal is to 10x the number of designs available within T-Mill within the next year across all of the different demographics that are kind of that use T-Mill. So go look in the library, new product, click designs. Hopefully you'll search for some stuff. Hopefully you'll find some stuff in there. Slogan tees are working really well. If you've got something that's really niche, I've just seen there's a good one behind me. That's one of the best ones. You can, try a slogan. Words really connect with people. Slogan t-shirts are pretty popular. And if you, one of the things that we're going to be working on is kind of a little bit of a leak, is that we've started developing some code where independent artists can join Teammill to supply. So if you guys want to sort of like commission a pro, you know, you just think, I really need some help with this, you know, this business. I want to have a pro photographer or a pro designer help me. We're going to start giving access to the platform in a marketplace setting to some of the some really amazing creative people that you guys can commission to help you with that. If that's a route you want to take, everything that you need within Teammill is always going to be free, but we're going to bring in stuff that like if you really want to take things to the next level to get you kind of like access stuff like that. So hopefully that will be helpful. We got Dan just joined. How's it going, Dan? What's the next question then? What we got?
Next question I've got is, can we add discount codes to our stores?
Oh, that's a good question. One of the problems with discounting is it's quite often what people think they want. Like you think, oh, I've made a product. Why is it not selling? I'll put it on sale, then it will sell. When we've done tests with this, so this is data versus opinion, sometimes we found some really interesting behaviors. Discount's one of them, but I'll give you an example that's completely unrelated. Like when we messed with the standard postage price, we all thought that if we reduced the price of post, sales would go up. Whereas the data showed that actually when we reduced it loads, people didn't trust it anymore and sales went down. So actually when we increased the price of post, we just put it in the split test just to prove that we were right, that higher post would result in less sales, right? We increased the price, conversions went up. So what we found with discounting is a similar experience that actually sometimes, in most often than not, when you discount things, people just think, well, there's something wrong with it, or this is just a, you know, odds and ends. The other thing you got to remember about discounting is if you've got like a profitability and you take, you know, a chunk out of your retail, you take 10% off your retail price, that might be a big chunk of your profit. So actually you need to make way more sales just to break even if you discount stuff, right? It's not like free money. So we have developed the software for like voucher codes, and now probably the way we'll roll this out, it is capable of doing discounts long term, but the way we'll probably roll this out first is to be able to allow store owners to sell gift vouchers and stuff, and we're trying really hard to get them by Christmas.
Okay.
Yeah. But like our feeling, I'll give you an example. The best stores don't discount at all. Yeah. Okay, what's next? What we got? Do the design artwork requests get posted to the feedback section get considered by the design team? Yes. Good question. I'll show you guys. Let's see. So this is my phone, and my job is to I'm one of the founders of the company. So what's my job?
Big head honcho.
Decide things. So on my phone, I click performance right here on my Teammill internal app, and I'll show you what I do with when you guys send a piece of feedback. There it all is. Oh, I'm shining it in the wrong place. Holly just wrote something. You wrote something. Tom just wrote something. And every single one of these pieces of feedback that you sent in, I personally read. All of the software engineering team read, and most of the management team read. And on the design side of things, we use what people are searching for in the design studio versus what they find and use. So if there's a high volume of searches for designs and that people don't find much or use much, then that indicates to us that we need to provide more. Plus we look at everything that you write and use that to influence like what we're going to create next. So that's yes, right. What else we got here? I got some here on live, or you got one. You got one coming in through Team.
Yeah, I think it relates to another question, but one of the comments. Pyroheater clothing. Sorry, I forgot that wrong. Wants to know about the T-shirt you've got on.
Ma, is the T? Yes. And is this the person we were talking about a minute ago?
On the Facebook group, yes.
Being extremely helpful and positive and helpful to other store operators on Facebook. Thank you very much for that, and thanks for the question. Haven't got your first name there. Pyroheat Clothing. Big up. Yes, it is coming to T-Mill. This is a sample I just took off the rail earlier, actually. Tie-dye. It's jazzy. And it's coming to T-Mill. Like all the new products that we develop, it will come to T-Mill Pro Stores first. Do you know when this is coming out? I mean, it's like imminently. I know all the photo shoots were the other day.
Next couple of weeks.
Yeah, so one to look forward to this summer. Thanks for the question. What else we got?
So my next question and feedback is: can we have the same products as Rapanui? How can we compete?
Yeah, so what happened was, so for those that don't know, like we built Rapper from the ground up. We started our business in a garden shed of all places, and we had a pretty simple proposition, really. We were like, we want to make stuff that's made from natural materials, not plastic, and renewable energy instead of fossil fuels. And it kind of is crazy that you throw all this stuff away. I mean, it's a dump truck a second goes to landfill. And then as a brand owner, you go and buy it again. So how do we kind of fix that problem? That was our goal. And one of the things that we found is incredibly difficult, incredibly expensive. And so when we built Rapper, to solve the problem of sustainability, we had to produce things in real time and develop brand new technologies that didn't exist before. And once we'd kind of completed it and built Rapanui into the business it is today, we're like, this solution has to, which is, you know, the first circular T-shirts in the world, right? It's quite a big deal. Probably should share it. Do you know what I mean? Rather than just keep it. So we basically packaged up all this technology into the platform, so that other people could build their own wrapper and do what took us 10 years of really hard work and you know, not the cheapest process to build a business like that, and do it in 10 minutes for free. So that's what T-Mill is. The reason why, and that's why Rapanui is a bit different. It does. I think everyone will be reassured to know that is a quite a large company, Rapper, and it runs on the T-Mill infrastructure. So it is a T-Mill store. And what we do with some of the different products on Rapper is they're like tests. So we're developing products, and we don't put anything onto T-Mill that's not going to work and not going to last. And so we just use it to prove certain concepts and certain hypotheses, like this will be a great product. And then, well, lucky we didn't get everybody excited and put loads of energy into that across the network. So that's why Rapper has some different products. It will always be a little bit ahead, I would have thought, in terms of product development, but it's a good place to go and see what kind of stuff we're working on. Hope that answers your question. What else we got? Oh, India. Vishwa from India. Through Ecosia, I got to know you get your cotton brought from India. Yeah, Ecosia are a really cool brand. Yes, that's a good point. So you just told me Ecosia have just planted their 100 millionth tree. We learned a lot about tree planting off them. And is it tree planting weekend this weekend? I just said tree post. Combo. Tree post. Buy one, get one tree this weekend. Hope everyone's going to enjoy that. Ecosia have just done 100 million. We're not quite there yet, but T-Mill store operators are managing to put in quite a lot of trees. I know you get cotton in India. Do you sell your products in India? Yeah, we're actually, one of the interesting parts about T-Mill is as it's growing, it's becoming more international, and lots of international businesses are using it. Ecosia in particular, and Ocean Cleanup, those are people based in Europe. And it's kind of, as it's getting bigger, we're increasing our infrastructure, and it's likely that we might put in a T-Mill print facility in India one day to serve the good eggs out there. Great place to work, amazing people, and really Yeah, kind of values. It's good to work with people with the same values. Okay, what else we got in here? Got any more cues? Oh yeah.
Are there any intentions to bring in batch actions or easier ways to create collections? It's taken me forever to create a men's collection, moving everything individually. Please, 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 can there be a color eyedrop or option to use hex codes in the Tea Maker?
Yeah.
Match colors.
I think we just added this, the last bit. Let me just check. So we release 2 cycles a week of software on Tmill, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Pro Stores first. In the last 6 months, most of the work has been on the back end to increase stability, and in particular to kind of prepare what Tmill's accelerated a little bit faster than we expected. So like building it onto a global infrastructure of servers that kind of reacts dynamically, and what that'll mean for store owners is their sites will be lightning fast. And if they overnight, like there's some stores like some people on YouTube that go from overnight go to like crazy. If that happens to your brand, your site won't crash, right? And secondly, a lot of the work in the back end has been to be preparing us for multiple Tmall factories. So there's currently more than one Tmall factory, and sort of building that infrastructure so that the business can, as your businesses grow, the infrastructure that they're built on won't let you down. So that's kind of like what we've been coding. Batch actions and more of the UI stuff is something we've looked at. In particular, we were looking at like a grid. So like a list of, a couple of people have recommended this, like a list of products and then like a grid. So you could just organize like a table. So you just quickly twaz through them. The reason why, the way that we work is that we listen to what you want, and then we prioritize things that will benefit everybody. And then we do things that you need first, and then that's nice later. So that one is on the list. From memory, I believe it's scheduled towards like sort of August, September time from memory. But I hope you guys understand that like we prioritize things that you guys need, even if sometimes that's boring administrative stuff. There's loads and loads and loads of work that goes on behind the scenes to take care of stuff that all other businesses have to do themselves. And there's so many that it's too long to list. So I hope you understand why sometimes something you might think, well, it's easy, just make a table. It's like, might take a little longer. It's not because we don't work hard. It's because we're doing stuff that keeps your ship afloat. Right, what else we got? Oh, Deeper Blue. I love this place. Deeper Blue, how's it going? When I was, these guys, I noticed they have a Tmall store, and when I was growing up, we used to read this forum obsessively, and it's like diving and stuff like that. So seeing these guys pop up here has made my day.
Nice.
Any plans to build a way of getting the Tmall community together for a Facebook forum so we can learn from each other? Yeah, so let's talk about this for a second. There's been a little bit of activity on Facebook and through Atlas, and we recognize that when you guys make your suggestions, you have to take a word for it that we read them. And for those of you guys that have persevered with your stores, you'll see quite often some things that you're suggesting come through into real live code later. At the same time, sometimes you just kind of want to have a conversation. The reason why we didn't build it to start with like that is because Tmall's a free product. And if we provided a support, like in business, you don't get someone who comes along to help you. If we provided that service, we would have to charge for it, and that defeat the point of this technology being free for you to use. What we've realized now is that sometimes you want to have a conversation now. So what we've built, I can actually demonstrate it Oh no, I can't demonstrate it. Oh, you're going to go full Zoom, are you? Let me see if I can get this to work first before we let everyone down. So we've built a forum in Tmail. It's awesome. And we use it internally at the moment. Let me see. Manfac. So I'm on it now. Do you want to have a look, Serge? So I'm going to press the Manfac button. And here's a whole chat. And we're using that technology. Cheers, Serge. We're using that technology internally to communicate. And we've been doing that through COVID. So we built it and we're like, why don't we test this? Because we can definitely prove that our forum is solid if we can run a company on it. So that what we're going to do is we're going to migrate all of our comms, all this groups stuff into the platform so that you can have a conversation there, and that'll include with us. So we're probably going to, let's hear your thoughts. What do you guys think we should structure that? We were thinking maybe we'd kind of have a channel for like marketing, a channel for SEO, maybe a channel for photography, and you can go into those rooms and ask questions about, that subject, and our team will jump in there too and help answer any questions that we can. But also it will be an opportunity for other store operators if they want to participate. In our experience, we found that most Tmall store operators don't want to run their businesses and not really share. The most successful ones don't want to share how they're making their money. But we will always share with you what we know, and so that's something coming soon. Yeah, it's like Discord, Holly. It's exactly like that. It's kind of like Slack, Discord, real-time chat, kind of like WhatsApp, but inside Tmail. And we're working quite aggressively on that now. I think that, like I say, we're running it as a company now, so it shouldn't be too long. And what we're going to do is we're probably going to abandon all of the support, any support that we might give, and refocus our energies into the platform. And the reason that we do that is because when you're in Tmail and you provide your comments or your feedback, we know your store, your device, your browser, and stuff about you that we can use to help you. If you put some random chat, Facebook group or whatever, I don't read that, but I read everything that you put into the product. So we're going to move all the conversation into the product and increase service, increase the relevance and the quality too. Yeah, Deeper Blue knows a thing or two about online communities. I believe that. Yeah, big up, you guys. Really appreciate all of the. I learned a lot from there when I was a kid. So cheers for that. Stoked to see you on Tmail. Right. So what else we got, Em?
Next question is a biggie, and I think Ellen and Dan have mentioned it as well. Can we change the labels in products? Get rid of Rapanui.
Yeah, it's likely that I've just signed off that today. The labeling will be changing to be more incognito, away from Rapper towards Tmall, probably. Yeah. All right, I got to make my answers shorter, otherwise I'm going to get told off and everyone is going to get bored. Missed the answer to Dan's question about why it's on the labels, because Rapper is why is Rapper New on the labels or wasn't the labels? Because Rapper is the brand that we started with, and it's currently that this is a large business, and Tmail is our gift to the next generation of startups. And it's likely though that as things progress, that we will merge the labeling to be more consistent and more incognito for those brands that are conscientious of it. Right, what else we got? We got some products over there.
I'll throw one.
You can do what you want. What we got? Got a product. Hey, can you show me the other one? So who out there has seen these surf towels on Rapper? Anyone seen that? These are great. Yeah, that's what we're going to do, Ellen. Right, I'm going to put this on.
I thought it was backwards then.
Huh?
I thought you put it on backwards then.
Right, who's loving this? Surf towels from Rapper, super popular. They used to come with big Rapanui branding. They used kind of to change on the beach and stuff like that. So you can kind of get changed without dropping your towel and showing everyone your bum and stuff. They're really, really popular, especially at Christmas. It's a great gift. And what we've been doing is removing the Rapanui branding, consistent with what we just talked about, and making them so that we can kind of port them onto Tmail, and that you can offer them as a product that, you know, of your own in your own line. And this is one that we've just done. Super jazzy, marine print. I'm sure Deeper Blue guys would love this. And this is an example of the kind of products that we're going to be trying to roll over to the platform soon. It's actually really hard technically to make this work because it's kind of a different class of product, and we have to mess around with some of the calculations around payments and stuff. So you have to bear with us with this, but I hope everyone will be comfortable knowing that this is something we're working on, and that we're going to bring to the platform as soon as we can. If we can get this on, you know, through to the platform for Christmas, that will be awesome. I thought you guys would like to see this. What do you think?
It looks jazzy. It looks like our packaging.
What else we got? We got some products that you guys can print on sooner rather than later. Should I take this off now? I get told off by someone for not taking things seriously.
Oh, Dan likes it. So it's great stuff. Earth Spirit Kirby says suits you.
Suits me. Thank you, sir. Right, these are things that are coming. When's this coming out?
Next week.
Next week? White jumpers. What labels we got in these? Got the new ones. Oh, some of you guys are gonna like that. Fresh new labeling. Yeah. T-Millers, this is an example. T-Millers, you kept asking, you know, for white jumpers, and white jumpers is what you got. 100% organic cotton, made in a renewable energy powered factory. When it's worn out, send it back. We'll make it into something new, like this. What's this?
As a kid's one.
Kids jumpers. So kids jumpers and hoodies is something that Team store operators asked for as well, and that's what they got. So examples of, I probably shouldn't throw them around like that. Examples of things that, you know, we've been doing in response to your feedback. Right, how are the plans to extend the sizing? Extend the sizing. Yeah, so some of the products have already had their sizing extended. We went down to 6 and up to 20, I think, in some of the women's lines just now. One of the challenges that we've had is that this is funny. I think it's funny. So in coronavirus, the borders effectively shut. The global supply chain shut. So your business's supply chain was shut down. And at the same time, e-commerce activity picked up. So one of the things that we do behind the scenes is make sure that your stock availability is, you know, really high compared to most companies. Current stock availability on Tmall is more than 98.5%, which is ridiculous. In a retail outlet, like 85 would be good. And the way that we do that is we use quite a lot of advanced algorithms, like kind of a form of artificial intelligence to kind of look at trends, predict them, and order them and arrive just in time. And we maintain that stock level even through the pandemic. One of the things it did affect was that we had to prioritize products that you guys need to keep your sales coming in, and that slowed down some of the rollout of new products. So that's why this year we haven't launched quite as many new products as we'd like, but the development of those products basically continued. So they kind of stacked up towards, you know, the next 12 months. Hope that explains that, but we have just now started seeing that work come through. So there's a couple of women's sizes that's gone down to 6 and up to 20, for example. All right, what else we got?
Dan's just asked, can we have mock-up models for each and every product? Some of them don't have. Let us know which ones don't.
Yeah, our goal is to provide the AI photos for every color and size, Dan. If you see one that doesn't, is that correct?
Some of them are just for pros. So,
Is it?
So if you have a pro store, you'll be able to see. But if you don't,
Dan, have you got Pro? Yeah. Let us know, Dan, if there's a specific product in Pro that you don't see. Our commitment is that a Pro store will always have at least one model for each color and size. So if you've got one specific product where you can't see that photo, just add it to the feedback tool. Tell us, we'll look at it. The photo shoots is another thing. It might be a new product that we've just launched potentially that has a less of a range of photos. That's another thing this coronavirus thing disrupted, because we obviously can't have so many people on site, especially like for photo shoots and stuff. But those photo shoots are increasing. I think we've just done probably 3, 4, 5 big shoots now, and we'll be adding more as we go. I hope that helps. Poor Heater Clothing. Yeah. What's it? Good. Checking my work. Keeping me organized. This is another example. This is a recycled shirt. We just think these are fun. And so this is another one where we've taken the wrapper stuff off it. And it's kind of just, a simple recycled shirt made from old T-mill tees, made from Remill, we should say. And this is another example of the kind of products that the product team in here are looking to develop. And when we develop new products, we manufacture for lots of really big brands, all the way from like National Geographic, BBC, Google, Tesla, whatnot. Whenever we develop anything, we're also thinking of store owners. That's why that product was there, to show you guys that, we've thought about how this might fit into your collection, how you can include it in your store. And that those are the kind of, at product level, the kind of projects that are being worked on at the moment. Yeah, more Remill beanies, anyone? That one's they're quite hard to get right, because when you recycle clothes, they're less flexible. This is actually Remill. Everybody know that? This is what your t-shirts, when your customers, very few of you will have customers who have sent t-shirts back. Our t-shirts are designed for longevity. The average lifespan is between 5 to 9 years. So it's unlikely that any of your customers will have actually used that feature yet. But one day, most of this is Rapanui stuff from back in the day. But one day when your customers send stuff back, it gets chopped up and turns into this yarn and made into new clothes like that shirt. Okie dokie. Remill, woohoo. My thoughts exactly. Right, how much time we got left? How's everyone doing? 40 minutes. Anyone falling asleep?
Holly hasn't. Holly has another question.
Go on then.
It's about Remill. Holly says, when people send products back for store credit, can that credit be used on...
Oh, that's a good question.
On Holly's store or just Rapper?
Yeah, we're conscientious of this. So we're doing loads of code to make it possible for you for the code to work on your store. We've never the reason that we didn't prioritize that was because if you sell something today, your customer's gonna look to use that feature, like I said, in 5 years. Right? So let's, for the next, say, at least the short term, let's focus on stuff that increases your sales and your volume. And that's why we haven't prioritized that. However, part of this, I talked about a large architectural software engineering challenge generally, didn't I? Like, part of that includes the ability for us to do what I just said, plus some other awesome stuff that I can't talk about today. It's going to be incredible. Okay, right. I really like this comment that just says Remill woohoo. I mean, when we first did that as well, it's just a funny story I may as well share with store owners. Like, people said it wasn't possible, right, to chop down products, because when you chop them up and remake them, to make them strong enough to remill, you have to add plastic. And you can see remill's quite weak. Is this interesting or not?
It is interesting, yeah.
It's interesting to me. It's quite weak. Huh?
I'm engrossed. I'm watching.
She's engrossed. And when you make that into a new product, you need to have most people add plastic to make it strong enough. That's why it's not really done very much, or it's not like legit. Because when you wash plastic, it ends up in the sea. So the cool thing we did was we messed around with some engineering stuff. Kind of like what I do, really, I suppose, isn't it? and made it work. And when the t-shirt actually came out and put it on, that was my exact reaction. What Dan's written there. Woohoo!
Need like a woohoo button or something.
I think there's a photo that people might have seen in Drive of me stood in front of the recycling machine just laughing. So I just couldn't, it was just like, this is mental. I can't believe this is, you can just take a t-shirt, chop it up and make it into a new one again. Anyway, there's a bit of backstory. Yeah, Holly, you ask as many questions as you want, dude. I think that I think this will help, you know, like the feedback that you guys sent in, you know, to repeat the risk of repeating myself. I read everyone in here uses it to do their jobs. If we had to reply to everyone and answer, you know, it would make it more cost prohibitive. So you just have to trust we're reading them. But this creation of the forum will probably move this group that, you know, the various groups that have been established and just say, look, no group move. Group here, come to the forum inside the platform, and that will really improve, I think, this kind of feeling that you got there, Holly, where you just got a quick question or answer, you get an answer. Is Remill softer? Feels kind of the same. And yeah, you comment on the price there, like the reason for that, Dan, is because is a governmental issue, right? You know, the remill and recycling costs money. Throwing something in the trash or in the sea costs nothing. You know, we've done, I would say we've done quite a lot of work to make the circular economy possible. You know, to make it, and we do as best we can with technology to make it affordable. But if you want it to be cheaper than making stuff out of plastic and throwing it in the sea, that's something you'll have to talk to your elected representatives about as loud and aggressively as you want. Come to the mothership. Right. What else I got? I got a couple here that have just come in through T-Mill actual. I think I'll maybe do the last. Two. Jenny, if you've got an individual quality issue with a t-shirt, just let us know. We'll sort it out. There's 7 quality checks in the factory, 7 stages of production. Every single person checks quality of the stage before. Internal metrics on quality measuring. We use something called Six Sigma, and you know, like a lean methodology to monitor quality. By our internal metrics, actual failure rate and our customer metrics in terms of our returns exchanges is probably 10 times better than the what we use as a benchmark, which is another large e-commerce business that we share data at executive level with, and twice as good as Q1 20. And that's because we've invested quite a lot of money in tooling and more modern machines. Okay, but if you've got one t-shirt that you don't think is great, just mail us or put it in the feedback, sorry, and we'll look at it. Right, who else we got? Tim Day asking about emails. Good question, Tim. Yeah, we're there's it's very hard. We'll probably we're working on that, but it's hard. So one of the things that I would say about the email and any customer data is that we will, as you've seen with the push notification, we're looking for the push notification tool. We're looking for cutting edge, advanced, high engagement methods of you reactivating your customers. One of the tools that I was just looking at the code today, for example, and I don't want everybody to read too much into this because in these AMAs, I'll answer a question, but if we're working on it, it doesn't mean it will be out tomorrow, right? So one of the things is a concept of a drip marketing engine. If you had a store with a mailing list, you know, each week you have to write a new email, whereas somebody who just bought from you yesterday and didn't buy from you a year ago would have missed out on all the great content you sent last summer. And actually, if you're a growth business, like say Timor Rapper that doubles in size or more each year, check this out, ready to have your number one head blown in, is that if you're an exponential business that doubles or more, that means that next year you'll have more customers than you've generated in the entire decade previous. So really the best marketing for reactivating customers is drip marketing, where like say a week after their order, they get an email that says, hey, look, here's a bit more information about our brand. You guys got such a great story to tell as well. I mean, the supply chain that you're part of is second to none. You got products that are literally circular that you can't get anywhere else. And your supply chain is powered by renewables. We only make what people need when they want it. So we're building the ability for you to kind of put that story into an email payload and then configure some of those so that they drip out automatically. And we think that would be better than just building the product of last year or last decade, which is the ability to spam people. I mean, the reason for that is really simple, and this is how we kind of test all of our ideas. How many marketing emails do you open and go, oh yes, can't wait to be sold something? So annoying, but we're trying to build something better than what was before. Hope you understand there, Tim. But we do take that issue seriously. Right, I've got time for last one.
Can you consider adding shots of the back? So
Yeah.
That creates a back print.
I've got a personal vendetta against back prints, Dan. What have I got? This is the issue. If you look at the wall behind me, every single so we've been involved in some really big campaigns. Some campaigns that have shipped, some of the biggest campaigns certainly in the UK, if not Europe. NHS campaign that we just did. Joe Wicks, fitness dude, he's incredible. Choose Love. Do you reckon that was one of the biggest campaigns of the last 10 years? Yeah. And we, behind the scenes with those campaigns, help make them successful and drive them. And all of them have one thing in common, which is that when you look at the product, you actually see the person. And that's because people look at other people's faces. And that's why this conversation, which is with the back of my head, is kind of odd and not really very natural. And the data shows, all right, that was a bit of an annoying way to make my point. The data that we run, see, we had this question when we started tooling the factories. Like, I wonder if back prints and front prints as well, like, look, and just people just love them, because we were like, maybe. And we found that, the data showed that it made absolutely zero difference having a back print, except for that it just cost a hell of a load more money for everybody, customer and us too. So evidence of that, at Rapper, we don't have a single back print, I don't think. No. And you'll go onto our website and you'll see the front of people. And so at Timo, what we do is we have this interesting role, which is our goal is really simple. We want your business to succeed, because your business is built on circular economy, and if it's successful, it grows a circular economy. And that's what our goal is. We want to solve this issue seriously around sustainability. We don't want any plastic. We want renewable energy, and we want products that don't go in landfill, that get made into new ones. And we want your business to succeed so that that idea succeeds. And because of that, sometimes we have to be really annoying and not make it impossible or hard, but make it not easy for you to do something which the science and the data shows might be a cul-de-sac. So you still can add back prints, you still can have photos on the back, but we intentionally make that harder than doing what our experience has shown will be more likely for you to succeed. I'm not sure how well that's going to go down. I think it's a little bit annoying, isn't it? Yeah, that's a good joke. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I get your point. I hope you guys understand. So, like, we really do care about your business, and sometimes that means doing things that maybe you're not going to like, but the reason is because we've learned the hard way. We've gone from shed to the scale that Rapanui is now, and we've made heaps of mistakes along the way. And T-Mill is a product that is a manifestation of all of those things. And that's why we're probably not going to add loads of backprint models and so on. Right. Yeah, cool. So I think we're going to head off now because I don't have a social life, but Emily does. Thanks for coming along. Great to speak to you guys. I think really the next milestone for us as a community will be to put that forum in T-Mill. It feels like we've been able to answer some questions there, clarify a few bits. Hope you found that useful. Thanks for everybody who's been so positive and constructive. Definitely, building a business is a challenge, and it's all about improvement. Quite often, stuff doesn't work. Sharing the knowledge that worked for us is something we'll be committed to do. And thanks for those of you that have had success for sharing it with other people who might not be as far along in the journey as you. We'll save this for people who perhaps couldn't be here. And then, we'll try and arrange another one if everybody's interested in that. Great organising them. Big up, Emily. And until we're in a position to give store operators access to that forum tool that we've built, which we're gonna try and get done this summer. So we just want it to be stable enough so that none of your conversations or your information gets lost. Please keep the feedback coming. When you submit it through T-Mill, it gets read. When you submit it through T-Mill, it gets read. All right, thanks everybody. Thanks for coming along. Hope you found that useful. Good luck. We'll chat to you soon, team.